we, lads? Here we go! Go the Cowboys! Woo!
Hey guys, Sean Media just want to do a big shout out to Rugby League Culture Lounge. All the best this year, 2020.
Alright, oh, yeah! Fuck! Welcome to round 7 of the 2023 NRL season. What a round of footy this is going to be. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia. And to help me preview round 7 of the NRL, it is quality rugby league YouTuber, content creator, Hainsey in the house. Hainsey, thanks for coming on, bro. It should be a great round of footy.
Hello, Nicholas. Thank you for having me on. G'day, live chat. Can't wait for a great weekend of rugby league. It's going to be a ripper. So can't wait.
It's a massive round of footy. There's so many big games. Having a look at all the games this weekend, I probably only see 1 or 2 games, maybe being 13 plus. Everything else, I reckon, is real tight. So it's a great round of footy. It really is.
Yeah, I'll name right now. Warriors 13 plus against Cowboys.
Oh, stop. Here we go. I hope not. Hello to the live chat. We've got a nice crowd starting to build up here for the round 7 preview. We've got Harley in the chat. We've got SS Storm fan, Jason Reader, Luke Melbourne Storm fan, Damien from Newcastle, who was on the preview last week. So shout out to you, Damo. We got Rippin. We've got Aaron. We've got Joe. Hello, everyone that's here. Sorry if I missed anyone. Hello, William Pearson.
You missed me.
Oh, well, you're on the fucking screen. Flash Green. Shout out to Flash Green and some big donations the other day as well. So shout out to him as well. All right. Big round of footy. Before we get into it, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the YouTube channel of Hainsey if you haven't already. Go and check out his round 7 tips as well. I believe they're up on his channel as well. So make sure to check them out. Like and subscribe to this channel, and that would be greatly appreciated. All right, Hainsey, let's get into the round 7 preview, bro.
Let's do it.
Round 7 of the 2023 NRL season kicks off on Thursday night up at Suncorp Stadium, 7:50 kickoff as always. It is the Dolphins versus the Rabbitohs. You've got Wayne Bennett up against Jason Demetrio, the 2 coaches. Mark Nichols versus the Rabbitohs. You might be called the Mark Nichols Cup at this rate. Dolphins, Rabbitohs. This is going to be a very, very interesting game, Hainsey. Who do you like in this one?
Yeah, tough one. Dolphins, good win against your lot last week. The Rabbitohs put 50 on a decimated Bulldogs side, so it's hard to look. The Dolphins keep impressing us week by week, eh? Like, you know, they just keep proving everyone wrong. Can they do it against the Bunnies? I think the Bunnies will be a lot in for a lot of confidence after that demolishing of the Bulldogs last week. I think the Rabbitohs get the job done here, 1-12. I think they will really surprise. I think the Dolphins will really surprise them, and it'll be a tough game for the Rabbitohs. But I think they have too much class, and I think the Rabbitohs just in a tight one.
I'm just having a look at the odds, and I'm very surprised with what the market's doing here. We've got South Sydney, $1.40. The Dolphins at $3. I don't think the Dolphins should be $3. I reckon the Dolphins should be around that $2.50, $2.40 price. I don't think that's
choice. Yeah.
They've been underestimated all year, the Dolphins, and, you know, I can see a world where the Dolphins win this. And, look, I think if the Dolphins win this on a Thursday night, I think they are a genuine finals team this season. I really do.
Big test.
So it's a big game, but I'm with you. I'm going to lean towards South, but my prediction is a bit of a crazy one here. I'm going to go South Sydney to win in Golden Point. I reckon this game might go to Golden Point Thursday night. I'm going to go the Rabbitohs 21-20 in Golden Point. Latrell Mitchell to kick a field goal and anytime try scorer. I'm going to go with Lachlan Ilias to score.
Tell you what, that would be the great start to the weekend in Golden Point thriller.
Yes. And I've got to say, there's been a lot of great Thursday night footballs this year. We had Para Melbourne went to Golden Point. We had Para Penrith, which went to Golden Point. Thursday night footy this year has been outstanding. So
yeah,
it'll continue.
Well, you probably say last week's was probably the worst one.
Yeah, it probably was. So I'm going to go South Sydney in Golden Point, 21-20. Latrell Mitchell will kick the field goal to win the game, and Ilias will be an anytime try scorer.
I like it.
Will be a great way to start the weekend. All right, let's go to the next game now. In my opinion, this game here on Friday night is the game of the round. Friday night, 6 o'clock from Shark Park down there in Cronulla. We got the Sharks versus the Roosters. This is going to be a blockbuster. Hainesy's obviously getting around his Roosters here. Sharks Roosters Friday night. I am so disappointed that this is the 6 o'clock game for Friday. This should be a Sunday arvo or the primetime game for Friday night. But anyway, Sharks Roosters, 6 o'clock Friday night at Shark Park. Roosters favourites here at $1.70. Sharks $2.10. Hainesy, there's no doubt you'll be going the Roosters here.
Yeah, obviously. Look, I can understand the Friday game being the Battle of Brookie, so you will get into it very shortly. So, unfortunately, this is the first game that I'm going to miss all season, and obviously in 2 weeks when we go to New Zealand, so it's going to be a shame. I will be doing a live stream. Nick, don't do a live stream because I want to steal your viewers. I want to steal your viewers. Look, it's going to be a good game. I just had a preview with Dan from Rugby League Outlaws, and they're a great bunch of lads. Look, Teddy's back, Manu back in the centres, Lodge is back on the bench. We're getting some reinforcements back. It's great. I actually am going to tip the Roosters 13+. Now, the Roosters have actually got the wood on the Sharks in the last few seasons. We haven't lost to the Sharks since 2016. So I think the Roosters will win well. Big matchup, surprising matchup. You're talking about the coaches between Jason Demetrio and Wayne Bennett. Trent Robinson v. Craig Fitzgibbon this weekend too. Yes. The Master and the Apprentice. It's going to be a I'm going to go the Roosters 32-18. 14 points, 13+ victory.
Yeah.
We'll win 32-18.
This is such a hard game to tip. I've seen a lot of people tip the Sharks. This is
understandable. They're at home. Roosters off a bad win. They're off a bye. The Shark, the 5 out of the last 6 teams off the bye this year have lost, and the one team that's lost has been Penrith. So, which means Tigers fans, next week you're going to beat Manly.
This is so hard to tip. I'm going to go the Roosters. I think, like I said, this is going to be the game of the round, in my opinion. I'm going to go the Roosters 24 points to 22, and a real nail biter. If Tedesco was out, I would have went Cronulla, but I think with Teddy back,
big
difference, as he always does. He is arguably the best player in the world. So, look, I'm going to go the Roosters 24 to 22. I'm going to back Nat Butcher to score any time, but I think the Roosters win in a real tight one here. Again, wouldn't be surprised if this game went to Golden Point Friday night either.
No, I wouldn't handle it. We just saw a comment here from Jim the Chooks fan. What a legend! He asked who the first try scorer will be. It's hard to go past my man Jackson Polo. He scored 7. I think he scored 6 in his first 5 games for the Roosters. He scored the first try last week against the Storm, and he also scored. He was involved in the first try against Parramatta with Drew Hutchison.
Yeah.
But I think Jackson Paulo, he's in some try-scoring form. I think he deserves to be the favourite to score the first try.
I wasn't gonna go any first try score because I'm doing any time here, but I'll go Tedesco in his return.
And if you can wrangle Tedesco scoring a try, hats off to you because he's
due. He's overdue.
He's due. He is due. He only scores when it happens. It happens. But yeah, look, hats off to you. Yeah, Roosters win. Hats off if you can wrangle Tedesco anytime try scorer. But yeah, let's move on.
All right. So far we're 2 from 2 in our tips. Let's see if we have the same in the next one. Friday night footy continues with another blockbuster. We've got a rivalry game here. Friday night, 8 o'clock at Brookie. You've got Manly versus Melbourne.
Battle Brookie.
Mate, it'll probably be sold out. Battle of the Brookie, absolutely.
Hey, for this one.
Melbourne, $1.60. Manly, $2.30. Now, Turbo is playing, which is what everyone thought he was in doubt, but Turbo is named a player. So that's big for them. Manly, Melbourne, bro. I think this is going to be a nail biter. It'll probably be a 1-12 game. But what's your prediction for this one, Manly versus Melbourne?
It's a hard one. Meany's out for the Storm. Munster at fullback. You can't argue Melbourne's form right now. They've come ever since everyone was doubting them when they beat the Tigers. They weren't convincing at all. Munster comes back. They beat the Rabbitohs in Sydney, and they wiped our ass against the Roosters on last Thursday. Can't deny that. Even though we played terrible, but credit was credit due. Melbourne was the better side last Thursday night. Melbourne in the better form. Manly have been shocking. It's sort of similar than last year, wasn't it? Turbo wasn't 100% fit during these games, and what broke the camel's back was him doing his shoulder. So, are we seeing another repeat for Manly? Turbo not 100% right, and he does an injury. So, Manly, they're not convincing enough for me. I know they're going to turn up for this game, Battle Brookie. I think Melbourne won the 12. Melbourne, it'll be close, but I think Melbourne will win this one.
You know, I have to say this. I'm actually really worried about Manly, bro. I'm not going to lie. We're going into round 7 of the NRL, and Manly look like a side where they are extremely fatigued. They look burned out. They look tired. I know they had a 90-minute game against Newcastle, but they just look so tired, and they just don't seem to have that extra gear in them at the moment, which is worrying sign this early in the season. So,
you know, the weird thing is they've also had a bye too.
Yeah.
They've had a bye already.
I don't know what's going on down there at Manly. Look,
obviously, I said this in my tips last week, that when you play an 80-minute game, 84-minute game against Souths, followed by a 90-minute game against Newcastle, it drains you, man.
Yeah,
it drains you. And they came in the Penrith flat.
They were more than flat. I
know, right? And I always knew that Penrith would go out and flog them, but I didn't expect them to flog them in the first 20 minutes of that game. I thought it'd be around about that 60-minute mark is where it falls apart. But I think it might be the same. I think that it'll be close, and then Melbourne run away with it. So it's what day do they play? Friday. Or again, it's a 6-day turnaround.
Yeah,
it's not 6-day turnaround. It's not easier there for the for Manly. I don't know what happens.
My prediction for this one:
is Schuster named?
Schuster's named in the reserves.
Well, if he doesn't play, Cooper Johns won't do the job against his former club.
Johns is starting at 6 at the moment.
Storm.
Look, my prediction. Would not be surprised if Manly show up here and have a go, and they could potentially win this. But I think Melbourne will win. I think Melbourne will be too good here. They're playing well. I'm gonna go Melbourne by 12. I'll go 26 points to 14. And I'm going to go Cameron Munster to score a double. 2 tries on Munster.
Yeah, like it.
Yeah, Melbourne to win. Look, hopefully Manly can turn it around, but I don't know. They just don't look. They look really tired to me. So hopefully they can show up in this one and give them a crack.
Yeah.
All right. Super Saturday. Here we bloody go. Big one here. Super Saturday from 3 p.m. We've got the Warriors versus the Cowboys. The Warriors are $1.80. The Cowboys are at $2. Now, a lot of people are going to expect me to live stream this game, but that won't be happening. I'll be watching this game live from the Gold Coast somewhere because I'll be at the Titans-Broncos game Saturday night. But so there won't be a live stream for the game, but there'll definitely be a live review when the game ends. So I'll be watching it at a pub somewhere on the Gold Coast. But Warriors versus Cowboys. Cowboys are obviously outsiders here. Now, there is no excuse for the Cowboys this week. They have got their entire back line back. Murray Tarangi's in. They got Nanai back. There's absolutely no excuses this week. We have to win this game. Warriors are without Martin and Egan. I don't know which way you're going to go here, Haynes, but Warriors, Cowboys, who wins this one?
Flip a coin, eh? The Warriors, again, I said this last week against Newcastle. I was like, this is a Warriors game where they go out and lose. And they did. They lose to Newcastle. I think it's going to be tough for the Cowboys to win at home, away from home in New Zealand. It's a tough place to go. And the thing is, though, the Cowboys, from Townsville, it's not a direct flight from Townsville to Auckland. So they're going to probably fly to Brisbane or Sydney.
Probably Brisbane.
Auckland via Brisbane or Sydney. So it's a long way. I think from the hot climate to the freezing cold in New Zealand, I think the Warriors get the job done here at home. They've been good at home, and I think 1-12 victory here for the Warriors.
Yeah, I think if we lose this game, then alarm bells will be going off. I mean, we lose this game.
It feels like must win now for the Cowboys.
It's getting there, bro. I mean, if we don't win this, we'll be 2-5, and it'd be tough. We'll have to turn it around. We got a tough run coming up after the Warriors. We got the Knights at home, Sharks at Cronulla, then we got you guys at Magic Round. So a really tough run coming up. And
Nick from Australia will be wearing a Roosters jersey by the end of Magic Round.
You wish.
Don't back away from the bet now, Nick. You know what you signed up for.
We know the bet. Yeah, it's on.
Yes, we know the bet.
Look, I'm going to obviously back the Cowboys. I'll never go against my own team. I think we win. I think this will be a really close game. I definitely see 1-12. I'm going to go the Cowboys by 6. I'll go 24 points to 18. And for an anytime try scorer, I think Nanai will score on his return because I believe he's running at Dylan Walker, who's named to play 5'8". So defensively, I don't know how Walker will go for 80 minutes. So Nanai to score. Cowboys by 6.
Should be good. Good game.
I'll be losing it. All right, let's go to the middle game on Super Saturday. The 5:30 game from McDonald Jones Stadium in Newcastle. The Knights versus the Panthers. Panthers $1.25. Knights at $4. Newcastle been playing pretty well, bro, but they're playing the Panthers. This might be a tough ask for Newcastle.
Yeah, and I think last year this was a game where it really went wrong for Newcastle. Started the season 3-0, and they come out, played Penrith in Penrith, and surprisingly, they weren't that bad. Even though Mitch Barnett had a brain explosion and tried to kill someone off the ball. I can't remember the final score was. It wasn't a thrashing, I don't think.
It says here that it was 38-20.
There you go. So they were in it. I think it might be one of those results where Newcastle show up. Penrith have scored 95 points in the last two games. What did they score last? So they scored 53 against Canberra. Did they score 42 or 46 last week?
44.
There you go. So 97 points in 2 weeks. Their attack is really good.
They're back.
They're back where I knew they weren't gone far. So yeah, look, I think Penrith win 13 plus, unfortunately. But what I mean by 13 plus, I reckon being between that 14 and 20 point mark. I think Newcastle will be in this game.
Actually, I don't want.
Like, when people think 13 plus, you're thinking like they're going to put 50 on them. But what I mean by 13 plus here, it's going to be in between that 14 to 20 point bracket. Should be a good crowd. Saturday night, 5:30. Newcastle playing well, so the crowd will get involved. A few ins for the Knights, though. Tuala, Heimel Hunt, Tyson Gamble are back in the side. So some reinforcements in the 23. So, but yeah, Penrith are humming. So I'll go Penrith 13 plus, but I'll go by 18. Same as I'm going to go 30 to 12.
Oh, bro, I've literally got the exact same score written down. 30 to 12. All right, I'll change it.
Your mind.
I'll go Panthers 32 to 14. There we go.
Okay, fair enough.
18-point win.
Same thing.
Same margin, a different score, whatever. Look, I think Newcastle got potential to be in the game, but Penrith will run away with it and be far too good in the end. So Panthers by 18. Anytime try scorer, I'll go. Look, I don't like this guy. I'll go Luai. I'll go Luai to score. He's due for a try, isn't he?
He's due for a try, and his number 6 jersey for New South Wales is hanging by a thread.
Yeah,
Burton scored a double after conceding 50 points. He's always thereabouts. Nico Hines is on his tail. There's definitely options for the number 6 jersey for New South Wales, and he needs to keep proving that he wants the 13, so he wants the 6 jersey. So good opportunity for him here to come out and make a statement.
Yeah. All right, now let's go to Saturday night football now. In case everyone doesn't know this, I will be attending this game Saturday night. SEPA Super Stadium on the Gold Coast, Saturday night game, 7:35 kickoff. We've got the Gold Coast Titans up against the Brisbane Broncos, one of the other Queensland derbies.
The South Queensland Derby, they call it.
Yeah, the Broncos won their last 3 against the Gold Coast. Titans welcome back Foreign. Broncos welcome back Kobe Hetherington on the bench because Flood was out concussed, which means Jensen will start. Titans and Broncos, Hainsey, are we going to see a good game here, or are the Broncos going to bounce back in a big way?
I reckon we're going to have a close game. Titans coming off a good win against the Dragons. You could say that the Dragons were the better side, but the Titans just hung in. They just hung in there the whole day, they pinched it, won the game. The jaws of the defeat, you could say. They did well enough to be in the game to win it. So I think the Titans. I think 6th spot. Can't believe they're 6th, and I can't believe they're ahead of the Roosters. Honestly, I thought the Roosters have been playing a lot better than the Titans. But no, the Titans, credit to them. They're in the 8. The Broncos, they're fresh off a loss, and they're still sucking about it. Typical Broncos fans. However, I'm pretty sure the Titans have a shit record against the Broncos at Seabus.
Yeah, they do.
I'm pretty sure. I think they did win it the last time we went to Seabus against the Broncos. I think the Titans won, and I was there.
Nah, so the Broncos have won the last 3 against them.
They won in 2021.
Yeah, I was at that game. I was
at that game too. The Broncos have got the wood over the Titans throughout their history, to be honest. But yeah, I think the Titans will show up. The Broncos, they're fresh off a loss, and I think it'll be close. I reckon I'm going to go 24-22 in a close one.
Oh, wow. All right.
It'll be a good crowd too. It'll be a good crowd. A lot of Broncos fans will travel down. I'm pretty sure every year when the Broncos play the Titans down there, the Broncos club organise buses, like team buses from the league's club, and they go straight down the M1 down to the Gold Coast and fill out the stadium. So it'll be a good crowd. I reckon over about 20,000. there.
I'm expecting around 17 to 21,000 people there Saturday night. It should be a good crowd. Both sides are playing fairly well at the moment, especially the Broncos in the top four. So first, I think they are actually. So this should be good.
I don't want to see the Broncos win though.
Well, I'm going to go the Broncos here. I think they'll win.
Yeah, I think the Broncos win, but we don't. But this is the thing. I don't want to see the Broncos win.
Yeah.
So,
well, having a look at the odds here, I mean, the odds are a little bit surprising as well. Broncos $1.35.
But I think the Titans $3.10 is a bit of value here. I reckon a bit of value.
I thought the Titans were going to be about $3.40, $3.50, but they're actually $3.10. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
I will go the Broncos, but I think the Titans will be fairly competitive. I'll go the Broncos 30 points to 16. So a 14-point win. It'll be an entertaining game. Both sides have got plenty of attack in them.
Yeah, so. And they always find a way to score points.
Yeah, both sides are good in attack, but I think Brisbane will just prove too much class with the quality in the team.
Yeah,
so
I think that's what
Broncos
it is.
to win 30 to 16. Anytime try scorer. I backed him last week. He didn't score. I'll back him again this week. Adam Reynolds will score a try in this game.
Yeah, I like it.
He's due. All right. Let's go to Sunday football. The very first game on Sunday football from 2 o'clock from GIO Stadium in Canberra. It's the Raiders versus the Dragons. The Raiders $1.55. The Dragons $2.45. The Dragons have a terrible record in Canberra, but last year when these two sides played, it was decided by 2 points. And funny enough, when the Dragons beat the Raiders the first time last year, the Raiders were robbed. And then when the Dragons played them the next time, the Dragons were robbed. So it was so weird. The Raiders were robbed against the Dragons the first time they played last year. And then they played again later in the year in Canberra, and the Dragons were ripped off. So both games last year were decided by 2 points. So Raiders, Dragons, Hainsey, this should be a very close game on Sunday,
Are we sold? Are we really sold on the Raiders after last week, though?
No way.
No. I think I can understand why the odds are $1.55 to $2.45 because the Dragons have the terrible record. The hoodoo, we all remember the hoodoo with
the
Raiders in Canberra. I think that's why I'm tipping the Raiders. If this was in Wollongong or Cogra, I'm tipping the Dragons. But because this is in Canberra, the hoodoo, I'll stick with the Raiders here, 1-12. But again, not really convinced at all with Canberra. Yeah, they're the great win. No Rapana, so I'm not really sold on this on the Raiders yet. What's that?
Yeah. Nick Kotrick's back on the wing.
Yep. There's Whiten back.
Whiten's back. Tarpany's back.
Yeah, so you can lean towards the Canberra Raiders here, but again, you're not sold on them, eh? Not sold on them.
You know what? This is going to sound ridiculous, but I'm going to go the Dragons. I don't know why. I don't know why. This is probably one of the other 50-50 games of the weekend. The Dragons, in my opinion, are the most inconsistent team to start the season. 1 week they're good, 1 week they're hot. And I guess the reason why I like the Dragons here is, once again, the media, they are hammering the Dragons. They're giving it to Anthony Griffin. And they did that the other week, and the Dragons destroyed the Dolphins. So I don't know. This game is a genuine flip the coin, but I'm going to go with the St. George Illawarra Dragons to win by 2. I'll go high-scoring game, though. I'll go 26-24, the Dragons. Anytime try score for this one. I'll go with my man in the back row there, Ben Masilla, to score a try.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, it's. I think the Dragons are playing better footy than the Raiders, just quietly.
Yeah. It's a very hot and cold game, this one. I mean, both sides are very up and down. It's
a different story. It's a different story. The Dragons beat the Titans last week, and they just lost to the Titans in a thriller. Like, they were very unlucky against the Titans. All right.
And I'll tell you this: Dragons at $2.45, really good value.
Yeah, I do like it, but again, I think it's more the curse that I'm not going to say curse, but yeah, the good old hoodoo in Canberra with the Dragons. So I think that's why the Raiders, and they're all jumping on it because they beat the Broncos, right? So they're thinking, oh, look at the Raiders now. We beat the Broncos. We're back in town. No,
gotta be careful. Got to be careful when that happens. How many times did we see last year where a mid-average team beat a good side, and then the next week they failed to back it up? So we'll see how the Raiders go in this one.
Yep, correct.
All right, the final game of the weekend. Oh my God, what a game! The second biggest rivalry in the NRL. We've got the Parramatta Eels versus the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock, CommBank Stadium. I hope this game sells out. I hope they get a big crowd here Sunday, and you would think they would. Now, Parramatta, they welcome back Junior Parlo, and the Bulldogs, well, they're without Edwards, Addo Carr, few others. I get back Kick-Out, Pangai Jr., Braden Burns. Bulldogs get a fair few back. Eels $1.50, Bulldogs $2.50. Who you like in this one, Ainsy? I reckon this has potential to be game of the round as well.
Yes. Another best thing about this, though, that the fan bases have been talking so much smack all season. You know, particularly Bulldogs fans. A lot of Bulldog fans have been going out and saying stuff about Parramatta. They got to back it up. They got to back it up on the field, eh? You know, and I'm got to back it up. We'll talk about last week. Decimated lineup for the Dogs.
Yeah.
Definitely the Eels weren't convincing at all against the Tigers, and I think the Tigers were very unlucky. I'm just reading that comment from Hayden. I'm just reading the comment from Hayden. 24-6. Oh, we love you, Hayden. Yeah. Up the fucking Eels. I think the Eels was I reckon Eels by 6. I want to tip the Dogs, but I remember this game last year. The Dogs played them at a core stadium, and the Dogs flogged them at a core stadium. In the corresponding game, I think Para flogged them at CommBank. So because of that CommBank,
the Queen's birthday game where the Bulldogs flogged them, I think it was.
Yeah, that was at a core stadium, and the Dogs absolutely flogged them. So I hated that though because they played the Roosters the next week and they towed us up. So, but I'll go the Eels. But I would love to see the Dogs win, eh? Just because I take that back. I want to see the Eels win because all my good mates of mine who are Bulldogs fans on TikTok who have been talking so much smack, they got to eat the words of saying that the Eels are the worst team in the comp and they lose to the Eels. That'd have been the funniest thing ever. But yeah, I'll go the Eels.
This is so hard to tip, man. I really don't know who to go. Parramatta have been treading water all year. I've been waiting for them to get it together. The Bulldogs got a lot of injuries, but they still have a fairly good team on paper here. I wonder how many Eels players are going to give it to Reid Marnie. That's what I'm interested to see how that goes.
Reid Marnie Cup.
What? Yeah, the Reid Marnie Cup. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to go the Bulldogs. See, I'm going to go the Dogs.
Wow.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to pick the Bulldogs. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Dogs to win. They're going to win. Bulldogs by 4. I'll go 20-16. And Viliami Kick-Out will score a try in this game. But if Parramatta win, I wouldn't be shocked either. I don't know which way to go. Dogs to win. Just.
I cannot wait for this, eh? The amount of shit talk that have been said.
Will there be a fight in the crowd?
What's that?
Will there be a fight in the crowd?
I hope not. I think Hayden can speak on that one because he's going to be there. Yeah. Hayden puts one on Jason Davis' chin, man. Imagine that.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We all love Jason Davis, by the way. We all love Jason. Imagine. Poor Jason. Yeah,
Jason will be there. I'm sure he'll be there on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, he'll be there.
They'll all be there.
Emilio Savage, Winston Neville, Hectic Fred will be there, and they'll be like, that flag. Remember the flag in round 1? They're like, go the Bulldogs when they're playing Melbourne. They're at the bloody Storm game. They're like, go the Bulldogs.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
But yeah,
will be there as well. It'll be
can't wait. Can't wait. But
All
the
right.
main game of the weekend, it's the bye, beating the Tigers 13+.
Yeah, I'm going to throw money on that. Big money.
Tigs fans.
Big money on that.
Yeah.
All right, before we go, I'm just going to reveal my best bet of the round real quick.
Shout out to Nick.
I'll give you my multi, and then I'll give you my free anytime try scorers for the weekend. So here we go. We're going to go with the Sydney Roosters to beat the Sharks in my best bet 1-12 on Friday night football. We're going to take the Melbourne Storm head-to-head over the Seagulls. We're going to take the Penrith Panthers to destroy Newcastle 13+, although it won't be a big 13+, I don't think. And we're going to take the Broncos head-to-head over the Gold Coast Titans. That's given me a nice bet of $10. So Roosters 1-12, Melbourne head-to-head, Penrith 13+, and the Broncos head-to-head. $10. Not bad value. Not bad at all. My anytime try scorers for the weekend, in the Rooster Sharks game, we're going to go with Nat Butcher as an anytime try scorer. I think he can find the try line against the Sharkies. In the Cowboys Warriors game, we're going to go with Jeremiah Nanai, if I can find him on the market here. Where are you, Jeremiah Nanai? Here he is, fucking $2.35. Jesus Christ. We're going to go with Jeremiah Nanai to score anytime. And we're going to throw in the Eels Bulldogs game. We're going to throw in Viliami Kickout as an anytime try scorer.
Good value.
That multi is paying a juicy $29. So anytime try scorers, Nat Butcher, Jeremiah Nanai, and Viliami Kickout. Free back rowers, get the hell on it. Not
like
bad.
it. Like it. Really like it.
$10. You win $300. Get on it.
Very good, mate. Very good.
All right, Hainsey, bro. Thanks for coming on for the NRL Round 7 preview and predictions. It's been a great stream, bro, and look forward to having you on next time.
Appreciate it, mate. Thank you. Can't wait to see you in a couple of weeks, my friend.
Yeah, I'll see you at Magic Round. Are you going to any games this weekend?
No, unfortunately, I couldn't make the Sharks Roosters game because it's a Friday 6 p.m. Next game will be in 2 weeks at Anzac Day. So when we play the Dragons at Anzac Day, I'll be back down to the good old the Big Apple in Sydney. Yeah. So and then after that, I won't go any more games till Magic Round because we play in New Zealand. So at the moment, next game will be Anzac Day. So yeah, can't wait for that.
Well, for me, I'll be at Titans Broncos on Saturday night, and after that, I won't be going to any games till Magic Round. So it should be a lot of fun.
Very good. I'll do a live stream on my channel on Friday, so go check it out. Please subscribe, guys. We are 9 away from 800 subscribers, so we're getting there. In about 10 years' time, we'll overtake Nick in about 10 years' time. So, but yeah, any subscribers is appreciated. So yeah, 8 away. So hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys Friday for the live stream.
Get Hainsey there. Get him there tonight. If it's 8 more to go, get him there tonight, guys. Go subscribe to Hainsey if you haven't already.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching the Round 7 preview and predictions. I'll see you guys in the next one, which will probably be the podcast tomorrow night, or I might do the Super League tips later or whatever. I'll work that out with my mate CJ. But anyway, guys, like and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one. Roosters and Cowboys to win.